Hello.
Bienvenue chez l'Espace du Café.
Um,
That's the Squarespace.
I don't know. My French
In
is
French.
literally very, very non-existent. Like, I
Mm.
know, do you want to sleep with me
Oh,
tonight
wow.
in French?
Hmm.
And I know me and you and
That was a good song.
articles, and that's about it. I can
Huh.
count a little bit.
Oh, how
Well,
do
I
you
have
count?
really good French pronunciation. I was just a lazy ass and never, you know, learned vocabulary. So I had an A in the first half of the year, and then I had a D in the second half of the year. And my French teacher said, "We'd love you to be here because you speak really well French, but you're too lazy to learn vocabulary, so this is not going to work out."
My parents had me take French because it allowed me to go to a different school because they didn't want to me to go to school where I grew up. So I had to like take a couple buses somewhere else to go to a French school.
Well, that's nice that I make you, go to a school where you have to travel like fucking 5 hours.
Oh, it was the worst.
That keeps you
It was
busy,
the
though.
worst.
All the hours that you commute to school and back, your
Oh,
parents don't need to take care of you. That's smart.
oh yeah, it was kind of like the bus was my babysitter in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
was cheap too, like the hourly rate of the bus.
Oh man, good hour and a half babysitter,
Yeah,
right?
for like what,
Um,
maybe?
yeah. So it's basically like a babysitter for the morning and the evening, right?
Mm-hmm. After school supervision, pre and
Yeah,
after school supervision.
yeah. Surrounded by because it takes a bus full to raise a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should all make more use of publicly available babysitters. Sorry.
Why wouldn't you get a babysitter when you can just leave your kid on the train?
When you want to go out Saturday night, just send your
Shit.
kids in the bus and set them on like the longest
Yeah.
route and
And they
tell
just
them
go
they have to
around.
go twice. And by
Yeah,
the time the second time ends, you pick them back up at the freaking bus
yeah.
stop and then you ride home together. So you can drink too.
The great thing is, like, if you're going downtown, you could just leave them on the train, which just goes back and forth, right? And you can tell them that they're in a race with the other trains, right? And so they have to sit in front, and you can show them like the controls, which are actually imaginary and in the air, right? Now, what you need to do is you need to keep your hands very still. The more still your hands are, the faster the train goes. Just babysit your kids using the publicly available goods. See, this is why we need to fund public transit because it's
This is
going to
why
help.
we need to, all pay more tax.
Yeah.
And we need to make more use of our tax. We all pay tax. We just don't use all the, amenities.
Can you imagine if we just turned like, you know how there's like a train and there might be like 18 cars? What if you just converted two cars to a daycare,
Right.
you know? And then the
Like all
kids
these
can learn
cars
that.
that just drive with one person
Yeah.
have 5 seats in it. What a
Yeah.
nonsense.
And then the kids can learn how to walk and then balance when the train stops. Right? So they have
Mm-hmm.
to learn how to balance, with the differentials of moving. You could teach them physics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
smart.
Only
I
thing is
think
they might
we're
hit
onto
their head on
something.
yeah, I think so. I think we should take this to the transit and be like, you know, technically, it, you you think you're a transit system, and while that is true, you can also function as a stationary system as well, for all intents and purposes.
Man, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Um, I don't have a background in transportation, but I don't think that matters these days.
I don't think you need a background in anything. You just need to be, selling your shit good enough.
Yeah. I think we need to get into repurposing of public goods.
Yeah.
There's all this lost revenue on buses and trains and airplanes. You know?
Yeah. We should. We certainly should.
This is perfect. Thirsty.
Hey, you're in Toronto, aren't you? Or
Yeah.
no? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you into like anything that's good for the environment, or is that just not up your alley?
No. No, I care about the environment.
Like keep cups and these kind of things.
What's that?
Like a reusable cup, just
Oh, that'd be
normal.
nice. Yeah.
I know there is a project in Toronto. They started. It's called Muse Canada at MW. Oh my god, MW. So 2 U's and then SE, and they're
Oh,
like rent out reusable dishware for cafes and restaurants,
oh wow.
and you're tracking it, and then you can just like rent one and then return it and kind of thing. And my friend, he's the founder or co-founder of this
Mm,
thing.
wow.
And I was like, oh, I wonder if normal Toronto people came across
Yeah,
this.
no. It's a great idea.
Yeah, it is. He's smart. And he cares a lot about the environment, like ridiculously so, right? They had a
Uh,
newborn, and he was like, and you obviously they wouldn't have throwaway diapers, right? So they would have
right.
reusable. And then they started fighting as a couple about if you usually with those reusable diapers, you put like a bamboo liner in it so it doesn't go all soggy, and you can pick up the poo and flush it down the toilet. And he is like, I don't think we need that. Why would we need that? That is just waste. Rah rah rah. We can just scrape it out straight from the my god. And they just they made their life so complicated by being so cautious. Like they didn't care how inconvenienced they were to just
Right.
do the
Right.
right thing. And it's just it's inspiring, but it's also crazy when you see them like he would drive 45 minutes with a bicycle to work every like one way, so 1.5 hours he would cycle to work because he didn't want to
Wow.
take a car.
Damn.
It's wild.
It looks like it looks like a really cool the wife her sister is a chef, actually, like a pastry chef downtown Toronto. I
Oh yeah.
wonder if they yeah, I wonder if they do high end restaurants. Hey Queen. Hey Queen, what do you think? You
Hey,
want to hear
Michael, how are you?
How
good.
lucky are you having two queens in the room with you?
Well, Queen, Lagertha came up with an idea for a new babysitting platform.
And
Yeah. And so, you know how there's public transit? Like, do you have trains where you are?
what is trans?
Like trains, sorry.
Yes, yeah, Metro, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
subway,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So here's what I was thinking. You know how people spend a lot of money on babysitters?
yeah.
So we have these trains going back and forth, right? All day long.
Oh my God, Michael, you could never. Okay, I see how your brain is. I know Michael. He's just like
I like how you sell my idea as yours now. I mean, I was
okay. So
inspired
the
by you,
trains
but
in New York, they're 24/7, so you can even get nighttime babysitting.
So what I was thinking about is imagine take your child to work day, but instead of taking them to work, you just take them onto the train,
So
and
they
you just
just
take
sit
them
in
so
the
they can
train.
just sit on the train
Okay.
and go back and forth all day,
Okay, but they
right?
can get kidnapped.
No, so we're gonna assign like maybe 7% of all of the train cars to a babysitting service.
Okay, and then you're gonna have to equip those with a bathroom, a snack area,
Yes.
a
Well, the thing is,
what do you
if
call
they
it?
want to, if they want a bathroom, then they could just get off at a station and use the washroom.
And
No,
then they're
they
gonna need
we'll teach
snacks.
them how to fast. We will
But then
teach
if
them
they are okay,
Mm.
if they are at the washroom, then that means they're gonna be um they're not gonna be together anymore. Okay, so they get off, the train leaves. So
Oh yeah. So
are they
so
getting
we're,
supervision while they use the
yeah, they would, yes. Yeah, because there would be a cost associated with the
oh
babysitting,
my
but
god.
because we don't have to pay for the because we essentially already own the facility, right? Because this is a train car.
Oh my god, Michael. I don't think that would work in a city like New York because New York is crazy.
Yeah, probably New York wouldn't be good.
Yeah, because even some train stations don't. Not all train stations have bathrooms, by the way. You
Uh,
have to literally get out all the way
You don't
out,
have bathrooms
and then you
in the
have to pay
train.
again to come back. And if they need to go, let's say this is the 8 hour, 9 hour, they may need to use the bathroom maybe 4 times during that time. Then you got to pay for them each time to come in.
maybe we need a train a potty.
Yeah, don't you have toilets in
No,
the oh, like on the train?
no.
Oh,
That's why I was
German
talking.
trains have that. They have the toilet
We
inside
don't
the
have that.
train.
There's no toilet. You got to get out. There's no toilet inside the train station itself. Sometimes you don't even have an operator there. You're just on your own with the machines. I'm talking about New York. DC is another history. It's another. I think every train
So,
has someone there.
so what you're saying is that we should initially roll out in Toronto
Probably. I
and
think it's
Germany.
more friendlier city.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
More
Mm-hmm.
not the hustle and bustle cities. They don't have time
Right.
for that. And then them adding an extra car for childcare is gonna
Oh,
delay.
not an extra car. It's
Uh,
the same amount of cars. We're just allocating some to babysitting.
but if you have to allocate, some people get complaints. Like New York City, they want to add more, not take away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they need people
Well,
in and out. So the hustle and bustle cities, no. But like the mid cities, like Toronto, more
mm-hmm.
friendlier, family generated cities, yes.
And what I'm thinking is like we could sell it to the bus fare people, the customers, as you know what, we're going to do our best to keep the prices the same during this energy crisis. And to do that, we're going to install these babysitting services so that we don't have to charge you more as the customer because we're committed to your happiness.
It's possible, but you really have to have those. Maybe let's start it off. Maybe Canada, Europe, but the U.S. is going to be hard.
Yeah, the US would be hard.
And lately, everything's just going downhill here. And with
Oh
the big
man,
on Friday, it's just
you just
right now we
you
got
just
big
gave
issues to take care of.
So you just gave me another idea. So we have like a train that goes across Canada. So imagine you just want a break from your kids. You could just send them on the cross Canada train, and now they're out of your life for like 2 weeks, and they get to see the country.
Oh my god, that's Friday. Sorry.
What about we put them on a Greyhound?
But then you gotta try the machine.
Yes, yes. Now we're talking.
Greyhound
But,
is not safe. What if they fall asleep?
They have toilets on the Greyhound, right?
uh, we,
But the Greyhound is not direct server. They change. You can change buses 3 times.
I think we can retrofit the Greyhounds to be like a babysitting service for like maybe seven kids,
I'm
right?
sorry. I don't think it's a good idea.
We're trying to serve the parents, Green.
But actually, you just made me think of something.
Mm,
You know how whenever you watch or even attend entrepreneur conferences,
yeah.
they always tell you think about the box. what is something that no one else is highly needed, but no one else has thought of? Boom, do it, and you never, you know what I mean?
Here's the thing,
Yeah,
though.
And then when
I
you watch
exactly.
shows like,
Mhm.
I don't know if you've seen Shark Tank.
Yeah,
They tell you
yeah,
the same thing. Like you
yeah.
gotta, and then when you see some of those people on it, they tell you think outside the box. Meaning, what is there something that there's okay? There's a problem, okay, and now you have a solution. They're like, just do it. Doesn't matter how crazy you are, how many people talk you out of it. Just do it, and then you never know. So this, I see the idea, but we gotta like. Then it's gonna be hard to like, how do I say, meet like the requirements and safety for the kids. Then you got to put in a lot, like a supervisor. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be a lot.
Oh, okay. How about this? What if like the jails were full, and then we could use the subway train cars as a jail? What about that?
And
Like a moving jail.
then that's safety concern. Like no, because you got to have a police officer escort them in. No, Michael.
But they stay in the train for like
See,
years, right? Because their sentence is like five
no,
years or
people.
whatever.
No, that's not a good idea. I like the babysitting one better
Okay.
because that way
Okay.
you're taking your kids with you
Mm,
and then you're bringing them home with
okay.
you.
Okay.
Queen, how far are your kids traveling to get to school and back? How long does it take and how far is it?
Oh,
Or
I
do
don't
you
have.
drop them? Oh, you don't have kids? My bad.
Yeah, but
Me
my sister
neither.
has kids. So one, he walks to school. He's in elementary school. It's right around the corner where they live. The other catch the bus, and I think it's like 10 minutes away
Hmm.
because it does multiple stops.
Imagine your sister would, you know, put them in a school like 1.5 hours travel from her home to the school each way. That would give her 3 more extra hours each day where she doesn't need the babysitter but gets more time for herself, right? Not.
I'm sorry, I was
I,
browsing.
I
I
thought it
see
was
what you're
smart.
saying. I just don't think because it's gonna get shut down because of the safety precautions. That's what I'm. It's too
So
many like safety
right.
issues.
So
It's
it's
not
the
gonna
safety
pass.
thing because what you're saying is like
Even with
sometimes
parents. Yeah, it's too
because
many
because
safety issues because the train also can get into an accident. You know what I mean? Or recently here in DC, we had like um a train. What do you call them? Was filled with like smoke. You know what I mean? They had to evacuate everyone. It's a lot of like risks, safety risks
right,
for kids. So I don't think it's a good sell.
right.
I would just say each building or each building just designate some space in your building and have a daycare in every building, especially government buildings. And then that's it. That was at least parents can spend their lunch hour with their kids.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh
That's the only
wow,
thing
that's a great idea.
yeah. But it has to be like a designated space. It could be like in the basement where it's like has the right proper space.
Make
Safe.
sure we don't hear it, we don't see them.
Exactly.
Make
It
it
Welcome,
has, like it
soundproof
has
welcome to
in
the
the
you gotta follow
daycare
basement.
the
Make
dungeon.
sure they don't get any sunlight either. Make sure.
no, they'll take them. No, I'm sure they can have sunlight. But it's like usually like in buildings they have more space like in the basements. That sometimes some it's just used as storage sometimes. So you can make sure that you follow the building codes and the fire codes and you can turn it into a nice daycare.
Oh
At a
wow.
discounted rate. Doesn't have to be free, but at a discounted rate. And most parents would definitely opt in because you're taking your kids with you and back with you. And have it like, the typical daycare is usually like 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 12 hours, maybe extended longer than 6 p.m. in case a parent has to stay and do it like until 8 p.m. You know what I mean? Or even to
Really?
the point where the
You have
parent, let's say
places that take care of your kids until 6 p.m.? You
here
would
in
not
the
find that
U.S.,
here.
the
Ye-
daycares run 12 hours, 6 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m.
Yeah, not here.
in the
Not in
afternoon.
New Zealand.
So if we have something like that, but then extend the hours to maybe 8 p.m. So that way, at least if the parent checks out at 6 p.m., they have a 2 hour window to run some errands, even go grab groceries and then go get the kids and go home. That I will do, recommend, but that's more expensive though to implement.
I think we also need a transport for these kids to get to the daycare. So you would pick up my child at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then you drop it off at like 6:30. After you dropped off all the other kids. So from 6 to 6, I got free time, and my child is taken care of, and I can do either sleep in or whatever, and they would be self-sufficient. So I, as the mother, get more time by myself without having to take care of them. That sounds like a good idea to me.
Let's see if Wimby likes the idea. Bienvenue chez l'espace du café, Wimby. It's the Squarespace in French. Lagertha thought up a great idea to help busy parents save money on babysitting costs. And so the plan is that just like you go to work every day, you can take your kid to work. And instead of taking him all the way to work, what you do is you leave him on the train. Now, the train car you're going to leave him on is a train car that's specifically designed to be a babysitter and just a moving babysitter. And that's the idea. We also have a cross-Canada train, so if you want to get a vacation from your kids, call it like a child vacation, right? You still want to see your kids eventually, but for now, not really. So you could put them on the cross-Canada train, and then they'd be gone for 2 weeks. And then they get to see the country.
And you finally get to sleep.
Exactly. So you can wake up and work all day so that they can have a smooth train ride. Because giving your kids a smooth train ride is really the best thing you can do as a parent. They also learn balancing when the train stops and they have to eventually there's going to be a lot of time when they hit their head on the pole, the hand pole, but that'll teach them to be resilient and to keep their balance so that they have cat-like abilities when they get older.
I'm not sure if we're convincing anybody here, Michael.
Yeah, this thing is dying on the vine, dog. This is
I think the second we started making it professional and not just pick the furthest away school from wherever you live for your child, and you'll get free time. I think that we took it too serious. It died.
Yeah. No, but I think you're right.
Ruthless parent is what we need to be.
I think if we just had children go to the farthest school from them within reason, then all parents would equally get an equal reprieve. So no parents would be left out, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, why didn't you send my kid to a farther school, right? We wouldn't have that. It'll be all equitable. Yeah, we don't have to run into any safety regulations and all that stuff. It's just going on a longer trip.
You just teach your kids resilience and stop being a helicopter parent.
Yes. What's a helicopter parent?
When you buy your kid a helicopter?
When your child is a small helicopter?
No, you just make sure parents that are overly protective and overly caring and overly hovering over their kids to make sure nothing bad ever happens to them, that they're not resilient. These kids, they're not self-sufficient, not resilient, or nothing. They grow up to be assholes, and then you have them as a co-worker at some point. And then you're
So,
like, man, your parents really messed up, eh?
so maybe what we do is drop the kids off in a bad part of town for like 5 minutes. You know how the natives used to send their kids into the jungle? We'll just send our kids to Brooklyn, and for 5 minutes, and then come back full.
I think that might be stretching a bit too far. I think putting them on a train for 1.5 hours each way to school and back, that would be appropriate for now. If some of them are still rebellious, then we can send them to some boot camp or something.
Okay, so let's try this revised pitch on Dr. Carey. So, Dr. Carey, we have an idea to add hours back to the lives of parents, days and years when you add them up. And the idea is that we're going to send kids to a far school. And by sending them to a far school, I know that sounds weird, but to send them to a far school, what would happen is they would spend an extra like 90 minutes on the bus, giving you as the parent the ability to save money on babysitting fees.
You know what's so funny? I actually almost moved to Charlestown, which is like it's just over the bridge, but because we don't qualify for the bus where we are, but I actually almost moved there because I was like, oh shit, they qualify for the bus and that's closer to work. And it is. You get an extra, I think I would pick up like at least an hour, but I didn't do it. But it totally makes sense. And if they had some cool shit going on the bus, that would be even better.
Yes. What kind of cool shit do you think we should add to this bus?
I mean, they could get their homework done on the bus. That would be nice. So that they came home, we didn't even have to help them with anything. That'd be cool.
Disagree. They'll be like motion sick. They're all just going to be spewing. Disagree. Not a good idea.
You know what? Like, I would hate it for like an hour and a half. I could see, like, the thing is, I don't know. I don't want my kid to miss the bus and me have to drive them 90 minutes. So I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm
well,
my kid.
no. You don't drive them. You just make sure they're on the bus on time, and then you get your 90 minutes. You can go back to sleep, and then once you get back from home, you know that you get another 1.5 hours before your child comes back home. So you can get another nap or, do whatever you feel like doing. Fix the sink or something.
You know what's so funny, as I heard you saying before, that like parents were being like overbearing or whatever, what are they called? Like helicopter parents?
Yeah.
But like we get in trouble if we let our kids just like be. They're like, why weren't you there? What were you doing? Like, I remember like I would just go out and hang out with my friends like when I was like 10, 11, and I would just roam the streets and like, but when people see us do that, they start there. I think because there's not as many children maybe, but I feel like we get in trouble for that. I'm not a helicopter parent. I just have one kid, so it's kind of easier and a small house. So I don't know. It's hard not to be a helicopter parent now too because of all the technology. It's crazy. Like she's like, "Do you want me to install an app on your phone that tells you where I am?" I'm like, "All right." Like that was dumb, but okay. So I don't know. I guess I'll keep my child, but I think I may have failed.
How would you know if you succeeded?
I mean, no, my daughter succeeded like already. I mean, even though she's only 11, like she's got a good head on her shoulders, and she's resilient. She's had to deal with life stuff. Like I didn't have money for a while. Not that I have a ton of money now, but like legitimately, she had to sell books with me and work with me, and so I feel like she's been through enough. Like she doesn't like. I feel like, and she's still done well in school. And I think if she can do that, then that's like if you can kind of keep that social stuff like out of the work day or out of the school day, then I think you're halfway there, right? Like you can at least focus on like some kind of passion. I don't know though.
It occurs to me that like the struggle that you alluded to before, I wonder if that made her better rather than you just having it easy the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. I don't know. I mean, She didn't even know. It was kind of funny because we talked about it
Right.
because at Christmas,
Yeah.
because it was actually the craziest thing was I loved it. Like I had lost my job and I was so happy because I hated that job. But like we went to like the community pool every day. But it was Christmas. I was telling her about like Christmas was so bad that year. I had like wrapped up like crayons and like coloring books and like all that different stuff. And she's like, "Oh my God, I got so many things," because they were all like such like small things, but there were just so many of them. So I don't know. Who knows? You make it through.
Is that going to be the last?
I think
Close?
the relationship stuff doesn't help. Like I think seeing a
Mm,
good functional relationship would have been good
mm.
would have been good for her for sure. Like romantic relationship, but who knows?
Yeah, I used to think I had a model of what it was, but then the older I get, it's like some of the kids I knew that had it the hardest are turning out the best. So it's like, it's funny. I remember my buddy Luam was the valedictorian for his med school class, graduating class. And all these people before him were talking about how we need to do better for the less fortunate. And he goes up there and does the valedictorian speech. Now, he's from Eritrea, like a war-torn place in Africa. And I'm sitting there thinking, the hardest person working here is the person that had it the least, and it's probably the reason he worked harder than all of you. So I just sat there in this room with people and I was like, huh, we want to make things better, but pressure and diamonds.
Yeah, and I think parents are called on to do more now too. I really do. Oh my gosh, you're recording and I said the F word. I apologize. Or said shit or something. I did it again.
Oh, no. This is L'Espace du Café, where we talk about degenerate things in a corporate voice.
Okay. Gotcha. Hi, Rimby and Queen Amy and Winnie and Lagatha. I don't know 3 out of 4 of you, but hi.
Oh, you don't?
We know him. He's just hiding.
Who's Rimby?
Who knows?
Listen to him.
I know that voice. Who is it? Fuck. I mean, just kidding.
Imagine you were under 30 years old.
Oh yeah, it's NFTs are worthless.
Have you yet found any smart women under there?
No comment.
I was just gonna say that. Are we going? I was like, are you and Lagatha getting along?
We're besties right now.
You got to send that BTC first.
She got enough last night.
You guys are using Monero now. The one true coin.
I'm eating prosciutto stuffed olives. Oh my god, so good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I eat like a degen too, by the way.
Lagatha's getting hungry.
Lagatha just had a smoothie, probiotic yogurt and blueberries. But I'm
That
still
sounds
hungry.
amazing.
Like 1 p.m. and that's all I had today.
Hold on,
So,
isn't it like 4 a.m. where you are? What time is it now? No, it's daytime now.
it's 1:16 p.m. Monday.
Oh, it's in the afternoon. That's right, you're in the future.
I know. I'm always in the future.
Maybe that's why you know so much, because you're just looking back on history and we're like,
What was that pause? What was that pause? Maybe that's why you know so much. Good save.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Carrie, we were
So,
talking about you last night.
Were? Oh, my dad always says, good or bad, it's great to be talked about. So what was it about? As I
It
eat the
was about
salami.
it was about your bed, your sink.
Oh my God.
Did the
Got to it yet,
days
but
counting until I arrive?
I know. Today was my first day. Today was my first day completely without my daughter and work. Because I had to work on Saturday, which never happens. And I don't like to do it because I'm a freaking elitist, snobby bitch. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not working on Saturdays. So I'm going to get, first I need to clean the house. And then I'm going to get to the shit that's broken. If I can afford it.
So listen, there's a plan, and you all have to just listen to the orders of me.
Okay.
Yes, Queen.
Duke has every Monday he has a day off. Oh shit. I don't know, was it June or July? Either way, he has time to come around and help you every week. You can give him how many ever tasks he can finish in one, while he's with you. And also,
I was giving him like fellatio for all this shit.
nobody. Gross.
So you're talking about Duke, right? Because all I heard was he has Mondays off.
Yeah. I think he has Mondays off. So, funny thing,
You could designate
had
it.
an hour-long conversation with us last night, at least an hour, if not two, because then Wonder Woman left and Gina started talking and he was still there. And then he wakes up this morning and says, "No, I did not talk to you at all." I'm like, Jesus Christ, we had a full-on conversation, Sometimes he says like one or two words, like half sentences, and you can tell he's more asleep than awake. And no, we had like full-on conversations. We had jokes. We were like,
Yeah, he was carrying on about how he's going to see Sun Tzu, and something happened with Sun Tzu's vegetarian burgers, and he wants to also see you, and something about the bed being broken, like all sorts of things.
Yeah, correct. So the idea was that Sun Tzu and Duke meet up today to eat vegetarian burgers. And then I told him, Sun Tzu should bring the vegetarian burgers to your place, and then Sun Tzu and Duke can fix whatever needs to be fixed while you make the burgers.
I gotta say, like, in the logistics of, like, in Sun Tzu's defense, I know he is hungover or something, but, like, where he is in Connecticut to Boston, it's probably, like, a good 3-hour drive or so. Is that right, Dr. Carey? Or is
Duke
it closer?
said it was
no, nothing's that far here, but New Jersey's like 3 hours, but like not Rhode Island, not Connecticut, or East Connecticut. Yeah.
Really? Boston is that close?
Yeah,
I remember, like, when I was living briefly in Boston, I always thought it was like a 5-hour bus ride from New York City to Boston.
Well, bus ride, but it's 3.5 hours to New York City via car.
Okay, this is a good point, that the bus would be different.
Sorry, I'm eating something, but I'm not ready for them yet. Give me a freaking week. My daughter just left. Give me a week. Duke asked me to hang out. Next week, we'll figure it out.
We don't have a week, Carrie. God knows. Once
don't worry, Ragatha. I've had people over before. I'm not like. What'd you say?
God knows that once the bed and the sink is fixed, there will be like 500 other things on the list that need fixing by the time you fix those two.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you're such a diva. Jesus.
Like I said, this is probably
it's not for me. I don't care about the broken bed or the broken sink. I told you I'm gonna fix it, but you were like, "No, you can't come here unless it's all fixed." I'm like, "Geez."
Oh, that's right.
Say that. You can come here if it's not. I'm gonna just give me a week. Just let me clean the house, and like then they can do whatever they want to do.
What about German engineering? You get tune up all that, fix up all the stuff around the house.
I should have done it already. And you know what? I found out that there's some like hacks to get this shit paid for too from the city. but you have to pay for it first. That's the sucky thing.
Oh, like the renovations and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, I literally, though, like, had to work on a Saturday. I'll say it again.
I wonder if you can get Agatha to like pitch work for you while she's here. You know, kind of work off her stay, right?
I don't want to work. I want someone just to give me money. That's better.
Join the club.
But yeah, no, Lagatha, I thank you for advocating for my needs from the men of the community. Since they haven't been, they must have plenty of time on their hands right now to just help me out. So
They just can't wait to help you, and then for you to be able to host me. And we riled everybody up. And Wonder Woman, you need to confirm if you're planning on going to Boston or not, because there was like two people having different opinions about what you said last night.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I just can't confirm right now. I was just thinking about this, how after July, I just have like no clue what's happening, but I have like 10 different plans that like are all things I want to do, but they're all in different parts of the country or world.
yeah, you can be last minute with me, just not Lagatha though, apparently. It all gets done. I'm just letting you know. Like, I will make it beautiful for you.
Lagatha doesn't have time for that shit.
No matter how many blowjobs I have to give Lagatha. Sorry, it's inappropriate.
Gross.
You know what's the thing I'm considering doing? Because it's like some of the things I want to do is still out west, but then it's like I would have to like drive like 24 hours straight to get to the East Coast. Like there's just something crazy about all this. But what I'm considering doing is maybe leaving my car in Denver or Albuquerque and flying out to the East Coast for like a Boston, New York thing. And then maybe if I actually have any money left, then I might join friends of mine from New York who are visiting Portugal. And I can just ride on their coattails of like staying in the house that they're renting. So maybe I'll do that and then eventually go back and get my car.
Buddy, look who's here. Sorry, Wonder Woman.
Who is here? Oh, hi, friend. Yeah, so maybe that, but I really can't confirm things right now.
Yeah. So we told Gina after you left that you considered going to Boston because you and Dr. Carey wanted to look, dress up sexy and, share your cards and your codes.
Yeah, but now I'm like afraid, right? Because like, Voyager and shit. Like, yeah, come on, get into this company. We'll paint the town red and we'll get everyone to invest. It'll be awesome. And they'll come to my condo and like kill me.
You don't know what's your address on the freaking card, on the business card, just your code.
No, but I mean, come on. I'm doxxed. There's like only like, I don't even know how many families here. I'm getting so nervous because Quinn's here now. Hi, Quinn.
The thing is, Dr. Carey, is that in the next so I think we're going to have clarity on if we can do this or not within these next few weeks or so. Like, there's going to be some clarity about what's going on and if handing out cards and stickers would
blockchain.
And I'm still totally down with this plan because we're ladies with the plan and maybe with stickers and cards.
Yeah, listen, I used to be like, when are people coming? When are people coming? And then I had a child and then I was like, oh, you're flying in from Denver? You gave me 2 hours? Sure, come on over. So you let me know when you know. I'm just different now. Very laid back. Quinn, tell us a joke.
Joke is, I'm watching this fucking 90 Day Fiance, and Michael sends me a request to this, and I'm like, I'm torn between the two because Carrie's here.
You can watch 90 Day Fiance later. You know, it's not watch it now and then it's forever gone. It's not the 1990s anymore. You can just, you know, watch it whenever.
Nah, I guess you got a point there.
Sorry, I just had that pepper.
I just
But
never
Lagatha, that was funny. That's
Yeah,
a good
Quinn never
show,
talks to me during that show. I haven't talked to Quinn for like 5 years since that show came out during like on Sunday.
I love 90 Day Fiance. It's so addictive.
I've never seen it. It's good?
Oh, I'm with you. It's juicy.
It's great.
It's
Is it
great
really
for
90 days?
great.
It takes 90 days? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like
It's
that's a
Americans
big
that-
investment.
It's usually American male, you know, people that want to marry this Ukrainian, Russian, whatever bride. And then they come to America for 90 days and they have 90 days to get married for their spousal visa, whatever it is, K1, K2, whatever visa. And that's literally the basement of the entire show and the whole drama that comes with, you know, getting married in 90 days, marrying someone that doesn't speak your language nor has the same cultural background. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, the biggest thing is more you're trying to figure out whether this person is coming for some sort of free ride, like they're just trying to get a green card or a visa or something, or does the person actually love the person? And then there's different disparities. Like there's an age difference where 20 years younger. There's
Like under 30?
somebody super ugly and somebody super attractive, and you're thinking, I think they just want a green card. And then of course there's families getting involved because other families are like, hey, are you sure this is real? Because sometimes people are getting catfished. So some of the men are sending these women money, and some of these women won't even video call them. So there's so much drama.
yeah, there is. And then there's, you know, people that just do not align whatsoever and they still think they should get married in 90 days. They're like, you know, one believes in, you know, has a Christian belief and the other one believes in aliens. So, you know, there's these things.
I do like this premise, and for trash TV, I tried to start watching Married at First Sight, and it just didn't really grab me. Like, it wasn't quite captivating enough, except, like, you know, I kind of fast forwarded some to see the moment of the reveal of, like, seeing who you're marrying. But this one sounds like it has a better storyline, so I think I'll check it out. I need new trash.
It's pretty awesome when you think of those kind of like dynamics and is it real? Is it not real? You see, the whole thing is like, these people are in countries that you need this 90-day visa, and otherwise it's typically very difficult to get a visa to even come and visit America. And that's what makes it so interesting. Some of the people, for example, the Americans, they have gone to those people's respective countries, and they'll visit them 3-4 times. And then from there, they decide, all right, I'm in love, will you marry me? And then that person has to come. They get the visa, and the person comes, and they only have 90 days to get married. So typically when people hear 90 Day Fiance, it's like you don't just meet them and then you have 90 days to get married. It's you might have had already built a relationship with them. And when you built this relationship with them, now you decide, you know, do you get married or not? It's huge, interesting dynamics. And of course, money's a big one, right? Some of these people are well off, and you're wondering if, you know, one guy, he went to Brazil like 9 times before he proposed to the girl. Clearly he had money. You know, he had this nice Porsche, he had a super nice house, I think he had 2 houses, he had everything. So they could have built a relationship. But then there's some people who just don't have a lot of money, and the person went and visited them for, okay, you know, maybe twice. These 2 people, one time they got married, and they only met once on a cruise ship and knew each other for 7 days. So it's pretty interesting.
The weird thing is, I know who you're talking about when you talk. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you like trash TV, Lagatha. When do you have time for that? You're always on Spaces or working.
I haven't had any trash TV the last 6 months since, you know, freaking Heroes took over my life.
Because I'm your trash TV, right?
Exactly. You, Wonder Woman, Gina, you all keep me, that's my life, trash TV now.
Oh, this is why you want some drama and gossip, is because we're replacing
Exactly,
the trash TV.
because I don't have any. Exactly.
Could have
I
a
didn't know I could.
yesterday fiance.
I didn't know I could just, open a space and watch with Quinn together, and then we can chat about it.
I have some really good drama updates. KC, aka Bumblebee, broke into my neighbor's house last night and spread feces all over their kitchen counters.
That sounds like your squirrel doing that.
Nope, it was actually immediately after he told me that my singing was god awful.
No, I told you you weren't doing enough of it. That's why. I felt bad
Practice
too.
makes perfect, Sunzu.
I meant to bring it back up, and then all these dude, some of the people in that space last night were incredible.
It was so good. That was a great one.
What happened last night?
Oh, singing galore.
Dude, yeah, we started off with a little chit chat group, and pretty soon there was some people in there that I knew typically they hit spaces just to sing, and man, some big hitters came into that room.
I got removed fairly quickly. I don't know. I guess I gotta work on my talent.
It was a combination of the criminal activities combined with not singing enough when you were supposed to be karaokeing.
True. There was a lot of chatter about
that rascal, those stupid Transformers. Taking the rap for everything. But no, man, some of the people so especially that guy, the chain man, his profile is his fourth or fifth account, and I think his original, I was talking with him, he's got a huge following. I think he's a person of note in the music industry. But man, and Mama G and Priscilla and all those other people just started going to town. I was about to invite this guy Steven too, but man, I got tired. Time for the rugging.
It was nearly 1 a.m. for you. That's super late for you. And Robbie was there too, right?
Yeah, dude. She came out swinging with a one-off song she just made about the passing of her uncle. And as horribly sad as that was, that song was awesome.
Also, the spoken word that came out of nowhere. Oh, that was really good.
Funny story about that. There was a person in the room who was like, okay, everything you're saying you're not, I am. And I take offense to the fact that she's bagging on me basically so hard.
That reminds me of something I learned. Well, I don't know if I really learned it. It was part of an experience I had during some of those activities that were discussed last night. But the concept of everything and nothing all at once and never. That is one of the most just paradoxical, profound ideas that I think about life. I mean, I'm not trying to turn this into a life space, but if you really think about that, everything and nothing all at once and never. It's kind of crazy to wrap your head around.
Going down the reality rabbit hole. Yeah.
Well, I'm watching The Umbrella Academy. We need a quick segue. So there's that.
What's that?
It's a series. I don't know if it's a Netflix original or not, but it's on Netflix. And it's about man, I don't even know how to explain it, but a general idea is like there's a bunch of kids with like superpowers, and they're like cared for by like this guy, and there's just a bunch of shenanigans and things. Similar to like X-Men, like maybe some X-Men vibes, but different.
So I've been watching The Boys on Amazon. Anybody,
Yeah,
have
that's
you
another
Yeah,
watched
all
it?
one.
you dudes like that shit. It's kind of
Dude,
disrespectful, isn't it? Like,
the Boys?
yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I watched
Oh, it
it and
is
I was
a
like, I freaking can't. I don't know. Some bro culture stuff I like, but it was too much for me.
what a great comment. See, that's a really good comment right there. The
I
bro
mean, it's
culture
called The
stuff.
Boys, so probably
Yeah.
like that makes sense, but you know.
I'm all at once. Like, it's kind of like a car wreck. Like, I shouldn't be watching this, but I can't look away now. Like, just the thought of superheroes gone rogue. Oof.
Yeah, it's a very, very weird concept.
Wow, I know why you like The Boys. Isn't that crazy? Wow.
You shut your dirty mouth, boy.
Holy shit.
Why I don't get it, Casey? What are you doing bad? Yo, what are you doing bad,
Did
Casey?
you hear what he said? A bunch of heroes that have gone rogue? Wow.
Yeah, but why have you gone rogue, Casey?
Ooh.
Is there any juice in there? What's going on?
Spicy.
Do you see any
spicy,
heroes in the
spicy.
room?
I mean,
Casey is loose off the juice.
Ouch, Lagatha. Quinn left. He's like, this is a BGX sausage party. Let's alienate all my dudes, guys.
Cock block complete.
You know, I was gonna say hi to Mario. He popped in, but then he bounced.
I think because he was talking about The Boys and we realized what he meant.
What, like his own great voice? I'm kind of lost.
Oh, because the idea. Well, no, never mind.
No.
Let's discuss and dispute.
They have their own shit going on, Wonder Woman. It's not just you.
No, Casey,
Okay.
if
I'll
you
just
want. You don't have to.
I'll understand that I don't understand. That's enough for me.
Whatever. The girls have our own private chat too, so fuck you guys.
There you go.
I'll leave it to Casey.
You know, we're good. Don't have to.
Omelette du fromage.
Nope. I have taken a peaceful stance on this, and I will
Wait,
retain
what
my
happened?
fucking
I don't
stance.
understand. What's going on?
You're a monkey.
Omelette du fromage.
Bleh. I'm no longer a supporter. That's what's going on.
Oh, of the heroes?
The whole thing. I'm not doing it. Yeah. The boy, I don't
Casey
like.
has gracefully bowed out.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it happens.
And I'm not being a dick about it. So thumbs up, and that's all.
That's why you changed your profile pic. Okay.
What up, bow?
I had a period of time like that as well. Like before I received my debit card, there was like a week or two where I was like, holy shit, Voyager, get it together. I'm gonna lose my shit. So I get it.
I didn't know that, Casey.
And then you got a debit card and everything was great. Are you saying having a debit card is the solution?
I mean, for me, it was a big thing because I used the shit out of it. So it like gives me some utility that I was feeling like I was lacking. I mean, obviously with the current stuff, we're not in great shape.
Talk about utility. Ask me.
I know. Whoa, we got Blade and Brian all at once. You guys riding together?
I'm a little sad to see you go, but of course your autonomy and what you need to do is most important. So as long as we're still friends.
Dude, I love the people in the community. I have a lot of respect, a lot of love. I got no trust in the platform, and I can't be a part of promoting a platform I don't believe in. And that's it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, that's all.
I mean, I even feel that way sometimes too. There's a whole spectrum to the community of, you know, how deep you are or whatever it may be. But like even myself, who's been around for quite some time, like I have my times of doubt where it's like you can be part of the community and be like a full on like proponent of everything, but I think, you know, it's important to realize those differences, and there's just certain things that the community does sometimes that, like, on a personal level, I'm like, oh God, why? But you know, it is what it is. It's all good.
You know, my whole goal was to just not make a big deal out of it. It is what it is. I'm not shit talking, shit posting. It is what it is.
So I should
But don't you
make
feel like the community? I was thinking about this, right? Like, well, you probably had all these discussions without me, so
No, what do
I'm
you
just
got?
saying, like, no, like I was talking to Wonder Woman the other day, and I'm like, well, if the Voyager goes down, like, I don't have time to like reinvest in fucking relationships that I have online. So, like, you guys are kind of stuck with me. So, I don't know if you think of it more as like a community than I know we're supporting Voyager and we're supporting VGX, the token, and everything, but I wonder if eventually it evolves to where it's a space like that's happening either way, right?
It's happening totally. Like AM, so many other people so many people I've gotten to know, and I'm hoping to continue those conversations, man. I'm not talking with you fools because I don't like you. You know,
yeah.
I love the people. There are aspects to what's going on that make me, I would be pushing in some hard information that wouldn't be very fun to hear, and I don't,
No. I hear you. Yeah.
I gotta be soft on that and just let it be.
It's kind of a double-edged sword in that sense too. I mean, the fact that I went with the name VGX Heroes, like it was, you know, created, and it was in a way at the time that had almost an entirely different purpose. You know, like when we first decided to use that name, it was like we were out here just uh man, I don't want to say fighting the FUD, but that's the term like that
Yeah,
we were using, and it's hard to say that now when there are, like, you know, um fuck what I'm having trouble with words right now.
dude, I got you,
Why aren't you
there,
man.
at my
there
house bleeding?
there's credible things that are being said that, you know, could be misconstrued as FUD or whatever it is. And so when it started, that was the name we chose and that's what we did, but it's evolved into so much more. So like I think even just the name like VGX Heroes is like more encompassing of a lot of other things than it was originally intended. So that's the double edge there, where it's like people see the name and they're like, okay, these people are just fucking Voyager maxis, but um, really it's just a bunch of people that enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, now that we're broke.
yeah. Now we're like forced to enjoy each other's company because what else do we have?
So funny.
No one else is going to understand the misery that you're enduring, so you must band together. Oh,
Sounds like trauma bonding to me. Doesn't sound happy.
yes.
Well, trauma bonding isn't necessarily the worst thing, because if you're going through trauma, I'd rather go through it like it's nice to be able to relate to someone else about it, and call it what you will, but it's really nice to have people to chat with, since I have certain investments that aren't doing so well.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Quick reminder, Casey did vandalize my neighbor's house last night with his feces. So,
Dude.
in case you're just coming
yeah.
in case you just got here in the past 5 minutes,
Oh yeah, Casey, you're completely
shit went
deflecting
down.
from the main story here.
Let the retribution reign. Oh my gosh. You're off the hook last night, man.
Yeah, Casey, how you feeling? Hi, everyone.
I'm good. How you doing, Ian?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah. I'm feeling good.
How did
Yeah.
you?
Any hangover?
No.
No. See?
No.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't feel great.
Little.
I didn't get a lot of sleep, but the 4 thermosfuls of water I smashed throughout the last hour and a half of being conscious was perfect.
Yeah.
And I wish you were here. I would have shared my food with you today. I ate like 5 cheeseburgers so far.
Oh God.
I grilled a bunch of them last night, and it was a good thing because just all day I'm just putting different toppings on each of them, so it's like a different. It's still a burger, but like it's different every time.
It's like a
You
different.
can afford burgers? That was a joke.
I didn't hear what you said, to be honest. I just heard burger.
I said you can afford burgers.
Oh. What if I told you I stole them from work?
You did? You're such a bad boy, Sun Tzu.
I wouldn't
I
be surprised.
mean, I'm not saying I did, but I could have.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, me too.
It might taste
That
better
I'm
knowing
okay
that they're
with. The other shit
stolen.
yesterday, not so much, but that I'm okay with.
What up, Brian? What are you saying?
Just chilling, bro. How are you?
How you feeling?
I'm almost human again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did they take out the scaffolding in your face?
Yeah, that's now gone. The infections are almost healed and all the nonsense. But yeah, I'm coming around. I talked to NFTs earlier.
Oh yeah, he's not here but here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Did you take any rest, or did you just Brian through the whole thing?
Brian through the whole thing. I'm on steroids. They had to give up some steroids and some antibiotics to get through it, but we're almost there.
It's like your face is bodybuilding.
I have lost 10 pounds this week.
Oh, really? Wow.
Damn, that's quite a bit. I've been dieting the past 6 weeks, and I've been losing about 3 per week. But
I had facial surgery, and they hit the nerves on my teeth, so
oh yeah,
kind
I
of hard to chew
forgot
down
you were.
on food when the whole top part of your teeth are very, very sensitive. And
Yikes! Yeah, I forgot you had mentioned that. Um, damn. Well, how about ice cream? Is that in the cards?
yeah, I had a little bit of the. I've been doing the Wendy's, swinging through and picking up a Frosty every now and again. Liquid diet works best.
Nice.
What
Yeah, I
about
was doing that too.
the mashed potatoes work with the sour cream and chives?
Yeah, I've had a little bit of that.
I'm just imagining Brian, because in my head you're like a 6'7" Viking of a man, and like you're having a little Frosty in the small cup with a little baked potato.
Well, I'm like 6'2", so I'm more round than I am tall, I think.
Oh, you're a rugby player. That's even better. Because I imagine like the baked potato just being looking like a small, apple or something like that, and you have a little fork in your hand. That's what's happening in my head, anyways.
Well, smoothies are good too. I mean, I make one for breakfast pretty much every morning with like a banana, blueberries, protein powder, um, maybe a little spinach. Whatever it is. I try to switch it up a little, but you can definitely get some solid nutrients that way. And given that it's summer now, it's nice to have a cold drink in the morning.
Brian, Lagertha had this idea for to help with parents reduce babysitting costs by sending them to faraway schools, so that you would get like an extra hour and a half or two to yourself while they were commuting, so they would at least be supervised during the entire time. That was the idea.
I like it.
Yeah, and you think it would work?
No, it actually makes sense because to be honest with you, when you have a child, you cannot have a normal job. Like the child gets off at like 2:30 in the afternoon. What fucking job can you get that'll pay you to come to school, to come to work between like fucking like 8:30, 9 o'clock and 2? Fuck off. Like there's not one job.
No,
Drug dealing. You
there's
can deal drugs, or you can get a real fucking job here in America. Like that's your choices. Because you can, and not only that, but how about this? Even if you could find a job, you wouldn't be full time, so you wouldn't have health insurance if you're lucky enough to even afford to have it through your job. So, yeah, no,
Ooh,
yes,
I
it's a
like
brilliant
Anne
fucking
Marie.
idea. Yeah,
Where have you been hiding?
Sorry.
Where have you been hiding? Keep going. I'm sorry. I just had to say
No,
that.
I just once in a while, I will just fucking go. I do not very often, but yeah. No, but it's stuff like that. I really, I just can't believe it.
What's funny is the city of Boston, they wanted to change my daughter's start time to 9:50 a.m. And I'm like, so is the mayor gonna like write all of our bosses letters to like why we come at 9:50? And they're like, no, you just get before school care, or you have one of the parents, stay home. I'm like cities, like nobody has two parents anymore.
Yeah, nobody has two parents.
So,
nobody has to fucking money.
I don't know
Oh
what
yeah,
you're gonna do.
let's use more money for before school
Right,
care.
right. You want me to get, that's what they want. They want me to get both. I'm like, Jesus, I can't do this anymore.
No.
When Lambo?
I'll tell you what, you adopt me as a second child, and I will homeschool the original child free of charge.
Your Honor, I met him on Twitter Spaces. I don't know.
Exactly. He seemed really cool. I don't know. I just gave him a shot.
Were you talking to me, Sunzu? You're going to homeschool from my child? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. You got some other work to do first. Lagatha signed you up.
What? What is this? What other work?
I'm just kidding. Don't worry about it. I'm not even ready.
I think I know. I think I know.
I think I know. It's not like a secret that my fucking house is in shambles. Just kidding.
Me and Duke are coming.
I don't know. You guys got to give me some time.
Do you remember the show All That, Nickelodeon?
Yeah, it's back.
And they had Kel as Repairman, man. That's me.
Nice.
I don't actually know how to repair anything. I actually kicked my door off the hinges yesterday, but I hammered it back in today. It's not the same, but it's a door.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
no, I
actually-
just need to clean first. Sorry.
I'm going to go silent for a minute because I put hair dye in my hair before I started talking, and I need to get it out. So I will be right back.
I remember when I was recruiting people to work in call centers, and I asked this lady, what she wanted to get paid, and she was like 55 grand. This was like 20 years ago. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. You know, for help desk analyst work, they kind of top out at, 45, 50, and 55 is kind of high. And she says, you don't understand. For it to make sense for even me to take a job to cover the babysitting alone, if I don't make this much, I'm basically working for free. I'm like, oh my God, how much is the babysitting? And when she explained to me the babysitting cost, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to get a job for you.
Yeah.
We could just maybe we can just buy our own compound, and we'll all just be farmers and homeschool the children, and eventually
Guy shows up and there's the shootout. Yeah, I know how this goes.
Can I ask a question? What does Donald Trump Jr. I never listened to him, right? But it popped up. What does it mean? Glad to see everyone is back to knowing what a woman is. Like, I know it has something to do with abortion, but like, what does that even mean? Like, isn't that fucked up?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no
Glad
idea.
and like, it's just so weird. I don't know. It's weird. I'm just worried that like people align with him. Brian, I know you have a southern accent. I'm just kidding. I won't call you out like
my
that.
God.
Brian has a flag flying from his car. You understand me?
I know, I'm terrible.
Yeah. And in my head, Brian has the Donald Trump Jr. flag flying from his car.
Yeah, I was gonna offer my extremely handy services there for Dr. Carey, but
Oh,
I'm thinking to myself now that Boston doesn't seem like a great place to visit anymore. I'm
no,
like, oh,
I'm not like
downtown.
that.
I'm
I'm
like,
not like that. I'm not. I just like,
I
yeah,
mean,
and
it's the
you
funny
know,
talking ones that everybody's looking to help survive anymore. It's like, oh, he's
This
all
is how
sunny.
Democrats and conservatives can get along. When Democrats need plumbing or have their house fixed, who they call invariably
we call
conservative.
them
When they
Republicans. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
you call
100%.
Brian. You think a Democrat is going to help you fix your sink? You got
We
another.
can't do a damn thing.
Like, can you hand me that? Oh, thanks.
No, I make fun of my friend Noah because he has a hardcore, like, he's from Alabama and he gets so mad at me when I like talk like that. So I don't mean it like that, but someone did in the group did say, not in this group, but in the Heroes at Large, did say that like some Republican veterans were giving someone a hard time, and I was wondering who she was talking about. So I'm kind of fishing for like that information, I guess. You know, who are these Republican veterans with accents giving you a hard time? Which is totally fine. Republican veterans are great. I just don't understand. All right, I'm not talking anymore. You guys lost me.
I'm waiting on the wheelchair quote next.
I worked on a Republican campaign. I don't know how this got. I don't know how this.
I
I don't
just
know.
like messing with you, Dr. Carey, I swear.
There's a lot of different people that like different things and also like crypto. So
I know, but it does scare me right now with like I just think it's so funny that like Donald Trump Jr. doesn't think women work. He's like, now they can go back to being women. Like, we're not working too. Like, yeah, we can stay home and rear children, which I just think it's funny. And I hope that even if you're in crypto, like you don't, I mean, that would be wonderful if I could do that. But, you know, it's just not the reality right now. Anyway.
What, staying home?
Yeah.
You don't strike me as the type that would sit still long enough to stay at home.
No, I was home with my daughter. I got my PhD. So that was good. Like I was home for like 6 months or 7, 8 months. So I do like it. Like,
you strike me as like a social butterfly. Like you need to go be around people all the time. Like you're not like a homebody. That's just that's how I portray you as. Like,
yeah, I can be both.
Oh.
I'm an excellent pigeon assassin / homeschooler. It's the last time I'm throwing it out there.
Okay, Sun Tzu, you're the best. I'll adopt you.
Perfect. All right, I
He,
will send
he eats
you a
cheeseburgers
PDF.
now. That's going to cost you a lot. I don't know if the tax qualifications are going to be good enough for that.
They're vegan cheeseburgers too, so
Oh well.
they're marked up quite a bit.
I'd like to see a TV show that pits Democrats versus Republicans, and they have to fix things around the house.
That's so mean. I'm not really I mean, I'm in Massachusetts, so we're all Democrats. Like, it's just like even our Republican governor just signed something today about like protecting abortion and everything. Like it's just we're all like one type kind of.
I think there's more 50-50 out there than the world even can imagine.
There's more 50-50 what? Like more
Like,
people who are in the
people
middle?
yeah, I mean, you
Yeah,
have
for
some
sure.
issues you may be this, other issue you may be that, and there is no title for that. And you don't need to have a title. You just need to hopefully vote for your local party that's going to be, you know, on a local level, like not federal, but you know that's going to meet what you want for your community. That's what it all boils down to.
Yeah.
Is like now everybody's been blindsided, like, oh God, now all of a sudden we got to worry about what's going on in the local community. Well, no shit, Sherlock, you should have been doing that a whole long time ago.
But that's why I do like Massachusetts in a way, because everybody is really, they get to do kind of what they really stand for, because everybody's kind of in the same party. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool. The Republicans are, some of them are a little bit.
So what you're saying is it's just Bill Burr. Everyone is Bill Burr.
No, I didn't say that. Fucking nobody. Bill Burr pisses me off. Everybody loves him. And he is like, he always talks about how white women are so bitchy and all this shit. And like, I don't know. I don't know. It says that we're all stuck up and we make fun of people's southern accents. I don't know where the fuck he got that from. Did you get that? That was for Brian.
Yes, I got it.
No, but you can actually have an opinion in your party, and it's not like the biggest deal ever. Like it's not like you have to align so closely with everybody in your party, because like everybody's already in your party, so you can have some like a little bit of dissent, which I like. Like I wish we didn't have parties.
I agree.
Only dinner parties.
I wish we could get
Only dinner party.
I wish we could get a one from each party to run for our federal government. I don't care which way it flip flop. Well, you know, vice president, president. I don't care which, but I wish we had one from each side.
Yeah,
I think Casey would do a good job. I would vote for Casey.
No, I wouldn't vote for Casey. He's a glass man.
Yeah, he vandalized my neighbor's house with feces, so I can't say that I'd be feeling safe around him.
That just means he's a man of the people.
What, him and Amber Heard have something in common?
Yeah, I think they did like a study and they noticed like Casey's face was the most asymmetric and perfect based on his voice. Like the voice painted was the most asymmetric. Or no,
I
symmetric.
gotta jump off real quick. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah. And I'm loving the recent photos you've been putting up. Like the sneak peek is blowing me away.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's my that's what I'm actually going to be releasing, is a whole series of photos. Not like that, but you know what I mean, a collection that's very similar.
I can
So
imagine.
I already have two in real life sales. Like they want them as big as they can print them out, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they're done on a real camera. So I'm really hoping to print one out like 6 foot by 4 foot, around that size. So yeah.
Incredible. How are you going to do the framing? Grimby, how were the spaces today?
Oh, hey, when did I cut off?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was asking you about the
Framing.
framing. Yeah.
Oh, the framing. Oh, that's so weird. I didn't even notice I cut off like that. No, it all depends on how they want to hang. Well, at least how they want to hang it in their house, right? So, like she has a spot for it, so she's gonna look at it. We're just gonna look at it together and see what the best, what she wants, really. The person who buys it.
Have you ever come across Spatial.io?
Facial.io. No, I have not.
Spatial, like space, spatial.
Oh, Spatial.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that the gallery? Is that the online? Like, yeah.
Exactly. So I used an AI dolly to generate some watercolor Japanese art, and I used the uh, the spatial to be the art gallery. Turns out to be cool.
You are breaking up, or I am. You are.
No, sorry. I generated images using AI, and I put them in a spatial gallery, and it presented them well.
Yeah, I'm looking because these images are not your, they're sitting at different. They're on landscape, which was called landscape for everyone, right? They're not portrait; they're landscape. So to show them digitally, you know what I mean. So I don't know. I'm going through this thing right now. I'm trying to figure out how to bridge the gap between offering both, right? I've got a couple people in real life that really want them too, so I don't feel the need to cut anyone off of this, off of my art, just because I'm not claiming to be 100% DeFi, so I should claim to just take Ethereum, and that's not even DeFi. If we want to really get into it, which we won't right now, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
at the end of the day.
Don't start on that. Exactly. So like, yeah. So for me, I'm trying to put together a website, to be fair, that offers both payment on PayPal, where you could be anywhere in the world, right?
Have you ever tried
And I'll
Shopify?
send you my art. And if you want to stay anonymous, that's okay, because I can literally just send you the raw file of the picture, right? And then you could print it out at your leisure, right? But if that's you know what I mean?
Have you ever tried Shopify?
No, I haven't. I haven't dealt with them yet.
Because I've helped a lot of clothing brands and even people selling comedy tickets to use Shopify. And the good thing about it is they have those payment options like Google Pay and Apple Pay and PayPal and stuff like that. And so you don't,
Yeah, even more. That's what I mean. Like, I don't want to cut anybody off.
Exactly.
Because when we talk about we always talk about equality in these spaces. There's no equality when when your product is only able to be bought by this one elusive. It's not elusive, but this, sorry, just this one currency, we'll call it. That's it. That's not very inclusive at all. That's called exclusive. So I'm going to be the inclusive artist, and anybody who fucking wants to buy it can. They got Ethereum, please pay me in Ethereum. You know what I mean? It's like when you go to the store and they're like cash preferred. Yeah, whatever.
It's like you're turning your back on DeFi. How do you feel about yourself? Turning on DeFi.
Oh yeah, I think I'll weather that storm just fine. No, but for me, it's just it's just another marketplace. You know what I mean? If you want to play crypto, go play crypto. Don't play crypto with my art. You know what I mean? There's another space for you. You know what I mean? You can go get wrecked over there and play with your money over here. But if you want to buy my art, you can buy it any way you want. That's how I feel, and that's pretty much how I'm going forward and how I'm going to sell it.
Yeah, like we have
Yeah.
a training course. If someone wanted to send BTC, great. You want to use a credit card? Fantastic. You want to use a cow? Let's see the cow and let's see its lineage. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. How much meat can I get out of it?
Yeah, that's fine.
But like,
Fuck
yeah,
cow.
I don't care what you have. You have a boat? You know what I
What?
mean? I'll
Yeah,
fucking
maybe we could do a
feed a
time
boat.
trip to the boat. 2 weeks
Yeah.
out of the year, whatever.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm down for it all. Like whatever you got, if it's of equal value for whatever I have, then I'm down. It does not matter to me. And because I believe that, and because I've literally gone through my life living that way too. It's not just a theory and a thing I talk about, but I've lived in all the cities that require to live like that here in America. So, and yeah, that's, as I said, I'm going to be inclusive, not exclusive. Yeah. And everyone can just suck a dick if they don't like it, pretty much. That's how I feel.
Well,
use my language. But you know me, because I look, somebody just dropped off your space, sorry. But I mean,
it is the true DeFi way, though.
it is. No, it truly is. But no, I've had a couple of people come at me for this and said, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." And I'm like, "Nah. Tell me why."
How dare you live in the real world, Anne?
Yeah, I know. How dare I be an actual artist? Like, you think a starving artist ever said no to another form of payment other than dollars?
God,
Get
you're a
out of
comedian.
here.
They let you in and they pay you 2 drink tickets. That's how.
How many people just in the space alone who look down on me for doing this have gone to a restaurant, taken pictures, and like gotten a meal? Like, get out of here. This is how, you know what I mean? Like, you use your art to trade for things, right? Do a mural, get food for a month. Like, it's a natural thing. Like, where's your Ethereum trade there? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's not. Okay, then as again, shut the fuck up about it, because as I said, equal.
One true blockchain. How can you not be a pagan? Right? You have to sacrifice your electricity to the GPU so that we can all pay homage to the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, no.
The whole like bartering system is really interesting to me, because I experienced a little bit of that. I think I shared last night how I had traveled a bit and worked at music festivals and did that sort of thing. But there, when you kind of are like stripped away from the monetary system and all of these current things that we've adopted, it's cool to see how people use their skills and stuff to kind of trade and exist. Like, we'd be, the vendor that I worked for was like a general store, kind of like a traveling 7-Eleven almost, and we'll be parked next to a food vendor. And so it's like, okay, hey, we're hungry, you feed us and we'll give you like a roll of toilet paper and some cigarettes, or so, like, it's, you can there's so many things that have different value to different people. And so if you're able to trade those things in a way that makes sense, it's kind of an ideal system, but maybe not on different scales. I don't know. That's just what came to mind as you guys were talking about that.
Well, I think oh, I'm sorry. You have your hand up, Brian. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to agree with you, because I'm in IT and I horse trade every day. Just no different. I mean, you have actually a skill that will produces something out, where I do IT every day, so I mean I'm constantly like horse trading just like that. I traded for 10 years for my kids to have haircuts, for just keeping their network going. I was like, the old guy he was a barber. I mean, he had a salon. Okay, I keep your network running, and you keep the cash register, and all the computer and software is running, and Wi-Fi is going, and all that fun stuff, and you'll cut kids' hair for free. Well, yeah, that's every 4 weeks. Add that up. I mean, that's great that you're able to go and trade that stuff. I think that's awesome, man.
I think we should have, like, in the payment section of Ann's website, we should have, like, the cows and the chickens and the goats, right, denominated. So, like, if you have those things, you can also pay with that. But we'd have to figure out the
like an Amazon list, like an Amazon wish list.
How about you could trade things on Amazon for things on Amazon?
Yeah, like, or you know what I mean? Like how you can put that Amazon wish list. So I need, you know what? I need a new lens. I need a new you know what I mean, for my camera.
That's genius.
Like, okay, if you want this picture, I'll give you this picture for your lens, because I know, you know what I mean, and you know, you put it down for it. This picture was sold for this much. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah. I think
yeah, because there's a lot of expensive things out there that I want that I can't get right now, but I know my art is worth about as much as a lens that I want. You know what I mean? So
to support.
You're genius. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I think if somebody wanted to support you, they might actually love buying you better camera equipment. You know what I mean? Because they'd be like, oh, wow, I'm actually investing in this person's business and getting a piece of their art at the same time.
I love it. I love that. Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about giving stuff to people too. Like, there's most times, I mean, not to say that like homeless or whatever population is specifically what I'm talking about, but just as an example, like when I see them, you know, outside with the sign, like on the off ramp on the highway and whatnot, and the grocery store is right next to the off ramp, like I'm more apt to give them, you know, I'll go in the store and buy them food or drink or something. It's just kind of like that sense of like, okay, this is essentially what you're asking for. So I don't know where I'm going with that, but it seems like the same kind of thing as far as like trading stuff. There's things that people may want or need more than like an actual paper bill, and the act of transacting that may be more meaningful than just transacting dollars. I don't know.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Imagine if you sold a painting to like 30 restaurants in your city, and then every day you could go to a restaurant, you know?
Yes, well, that's what I mean. Like, hey, you like my thing? Yeah, I'll take some free food. You know what I mean? Like, and make a better deal for yourself than just like one meal, right? Like, actually look at the value of it and do a real trade. You know, real equal trade. I love that. Like, because you're not giving or taking from anybody at this point. You know what I mean? And you're actually just recycling what's already in our ecosystem instead of, you know, I mean, I guess money is also recycling too.
I think the value exchange would be higher, because to get one of your paintings, they might have to, you know what I mean? Like, I like the way it appreciates the value of the art, if that makes sense.
I do too. Yeah, I love this idea, actually.
Is that what phase are we in where we go back to horse trading? Is that how bad the DeFi market is? Jesus Christ.
This is the right? Oh my God, we're literally talking about a barter system going like, and it is maybe the way forward, or it may be the way forward. It's just the future.
I don't pay taxes on it. I know that much.
There you go. See?
Yeah, and there's ways to adopt it in a lot of our modern kind of use cases, like as far as sharing things, like off the top of my head, I'm watching Netflix right now. Maybe I share my Netflix password with somebody, and in exchange, you know, they do whatever. Like it, you know, the more connected we're able to be, and have these trusted connections where we can share things that benefit each other. We can probably kind of regain at least a little bit of our sovereignty and our power. I mean, I don't know how far that would go, but
Yeah, the problem is like if you trade things with each other, there's no immediately recognizable GDP, and so people will get upset at you because they'll feel like you're eroding GDP. You're only supposed to create new things all of the time and consume new things all of the time.
Right? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. With the keeping it in its own ecosystem instead of like going outside of it. I guess that's what I was.
No, recycling is so anti-American. It has
It's
to
so anti-American. I know.
be single use only.
Yeah.
There was a joke on SNL, and it was a single-use toilet. And so every time you use the toilet, you have to remove the toilet and do all the plumbing and put it back in. And it was like the new form of being like convenience.
Well, don't forget about planned obsolescence. Like not only do you need to buy new things, but make sure it's things that like are built to last for only 2 or 3 years or so. So then you have to buy it again.
Oh my goodness! I watched the documentary called Sea Gypsies, like the other day, and the guy was showing us part of the winch, and he said here he shows us this one part. He's like, made of steel, original that came with the boat. He goes, this is the next replacement. He goes, this is steel and plastic. This whatever 10 years later or 15 years later, and then 15 years later he goes, now you can only buy just the plastic ones, which only last 2 years. And I'm like, that's a fucking winch. Like, it's a very important thing on a boat that keeps you alive in a storm. And it's just, everything is just being turned into shit and having to be replaced all the time. It's quite terrible. Anyway, if anyone's seen it.
No, and it would be one
seen
thing.
that.
Like, it'd be one
You've
thing.
seen that? Yeah, oh my god, it terrifies me. As a person, honestly, as a future sailor, to going, you know what I mean? Like, I am terrified of like new things because it's all shit. I want to buy a boat from the 60s. You know what I mean? Original parts. I want to buy fucking car from the 60s, original parts. You know what I mean? I don't need this new world replaceable horseshit.
Yeah, and it would be one thing if the cost reflected the quality, but it's like the cost doesn't go down. They're just charging the same amount for a lower quality piece. And cars definitely is a prime example of that. Like, I have a 2015 car, which seems to be a much higher percent of plastic parts, and then I have a 95 vehicle, which is all metal and like crank windows, manual transmission, and like it just doesn't break.
Yeah, never get rid of that car. Oh my god! And if you do, call me. If you want to call me. Although, are you in the East
that
Coast?
one,
Because I'm not down with cars from the East Coast.
that one's like my baby. It's
it's
it's like it's like a lowrider truck that I've put a lot of work into, but I look for those types of things. I mean, even the 2015 car that I have, I went for the most basic. Like, even that still has like crank windows. You can only unlock the driver door. Like, everything else you have to crawl in and unlock from the inside. Like, I just go for the most simple stuff that is like easy to fix, not gonna break. Because all the bells and whistles and the new tech is nice, of course, if you can afford it. But I don't see the necessity there.
I'm with you. Again, like you heard my rant a little earlier. My misplaced passion. I don't know. I'm all riled up because I went to a protest yesterday. So I think I'm just like, I'm just riding off that high. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyway, but listen, I gotta step out. I'm gonna go eat something and all that. I hope you all have a great evening, and maybe if you guys are late in the space, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye.
Bye,
All right.
Hager.
Bye.
What happened to Casey and Lagertha?
Drug the room.
I think they're off plotting against us.
Bienvenue chez l'espace du carré, une discute exécutif sur les sujets d'urgence.
Omelette du fromage.
Oh my god, Famela Bush, guys. I'm just joking.
You can't talk. You moved as far away as Quebec as you can get in Canada.
The Quebecois.
That's actually a pretty good impression of the Quebecois.
Yo, how's Toronto? There's a big pride happening over there? The big parade?
Is it? I don't know. I
saw it on Twitter trending.
I don't know what people do. It's funny that you mentioned that because it is. Is it Pride weekend?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, this is Pride. June is Pride Month.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know Brian celebrates. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's supposed to be a big thing. It usually is in Toronto. And then they had oh yeah. They had Black Lives Matters fighting during the parade or something like that. The last time, and then it was COVID. So this is the first year they're actually having a lot of the street festivals again.
So right now I'm cleaning out my minivan, which for like quite a while has really been a hot mess, and I just haven't wanted to deal with it. And like the things that I've been needing, like I just grab stuff out of it as I need it, you know? And it's like it's just the craziest chaos mess. So I'm finally addressing it.
In my head, you have the van down by the river van.
Yeah, somewhat. I have an old minivan where I took out the third row. Well, the seats fold down, so I folded down the middle row, but then fully took out the third row. And I've slept in it a little bit, but beyond that, it's like storage for most of my belongings at the moment.
So you should come park the van in front of my house, and we'll have a giant yard sale, and I'll get rid of all of my stuff so that I can also buy a van.
Yeah, let's do it. Sunzu, but first what you should do is buy the van before the yard sale, so then everything that doesn't sell, like you'll put it right in the van.
Okay.
Well, Sunzu, either way, I'll help you organize. I like organizing things, especially when they're not my own.
I just have I don't know what, I guess I might have to put some stuff in storage. There's sentimental items, I have from my grandparents' house, this big dining table and a couch. Oh, and also a bookshelf. So those three things. Maybe I'll have to figure out what to do with them. But other than that,
Well, Sunzu, I have a long-running storage unit in Albuquerque where it's like a number of things that I really like care about and want to have like once I am more stationary and have a home again. But like, yeah, it's things like, for example, this past time when I was in New Mexico, I did go to the unit and address what the heck was going on in there and take a few things out. But I mean, it's under $100. It's just sitting there for now. So yeah, it's like when there's a will, there's a way with this kind of thing. I don't think there's any shame in having a storage unit.
I wonder if our combination of possessions within this storage unit would be enough for Lagatha to live there comfortably.
I mean, probably. I have both a KitchenAid and a Cuisinart, so she could do some. Oh, and then I have this travel Coleman. Oh yeah, she can do all sorts of cooking in there. I'm
And
sure it's
like
very legal and safe.
yeah, and like the couch that I was talking about, like I've been sleeping on it for the past 4 months. So it's been, tested and confirmed, comfortable enough to sleep on. She'll have a dining set, a table,
Oh
and
wow.
she
I
can
mean,
just stay with us in America.
if she stays with us, maybe she should stay in one of our vans. I don't think that I would want to leave her in her own little windowless storage unit.
Well, I guess I can see how a van might make more sense. But I really just feel that the cost effectiveness of keeping Lagatha in the storage unit is going to outweigh the risk of the van.
I like when people are making plans for me in my life. I just really am a big fan.
They want to put you in a prison cell. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah, I heard.
Don't
A
put
well-equipped
me in.
prison
No.
cell.
I take no responsibility for Sun Tzu's scheming.
Oh man.
Sounds like a well-equipped cell, though.
Yeah, with
you
no
won't.
windows and no lights, and yeah.
What about
no
sanitary?
no bathroom. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the thing about the bathroom, we can custom build you into the couch a type of disposal mechanism.
How are we gonna build her into the couch? Are we gonna get like a sewing kit and just like start doing like the human centipede moment where we just fuse her into the couch?
Okay, Lagatha, I need you to understand that Baroness does not have your best interest in mind here. I'm simply trying
It
to
is
give
literally
you.
what you just said. How about we build you into the couch?
No, I understood that differently. He's like custom building a toilet into the couch for me.
Who's saying sewing? Somebody was referencing it like they were putting it together using sewing. That's kind of strange.
All right, fine. Apparently, I can't. I am not doing well with changing people's imagery in their head with the words.
I'm just trying to provide Lagatha with free housing in America.
Yeah, so we're gonna build a Pee-wee fun house. Remember the talking chair, which was everything? It was like a fridge, toilet built in, and a friend.
Yes.
You guys are weird. I'm getting scared now. Maybe I shouldn't come.
Only if we mention tape face.
You have to come. Me and Duke are fixing up Dr. Carey's house so that.
Yeah, I better hope so. You better stop drinking so you're not hungover every freaking. And then you go fix Carrie's sink and bed and whatever else she needs fixing. But she told me
However,
today she needs to clean a whole fucking week before she can have anybody over to come fix stuff. I'm like, they're gonna make it dirty again while they're fixing.
yeah, she just made it clear she needs a little time, which is good because I think you need a little time.
I am not sure that the drinking is counterproductive to my ability to fix things.
To your ability to drive to Boston and back, though.
Okay, that's definitely true.
My God. Sanzu. Yeah. You guys need to go there and help her so this can all happen. And also, Sanzu, I told everybody else already, so it's just fair to share with you too. I bought you a gift. You need to come to Boston so you can pick it up.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
she didn't even say that I got a gift, so this is pretty special that only you got one.
I didn't say only he got one. I said I bought him a gift and he needs to get his ass to Boston.
I don't know. I think you said before only Sanzu gets a gift.
No, that's certainly not what I said. I was very intentional with my wording last night and today to not, make up these weird freaking rumors that only Sansa gets a gift.
well, I'm not sure. I feel like I might be the only one that should get a gift. So
We need Duke in here to write a tabloid because we will get the press in here, exolate the first word, and we have quote unquote Sun Tzu is the only one that gets gift.
I just invited Duke. I don't know if that helps.
I think if I'm the only one that gets a gift, then I'll definitely come.
Whether it's a liked gift or not, you'll just come. Any gift is acceptable, right?
Yeah, but I have to be the only one that gets it.
Lagatha, though, can you promise that you'll bring me a gift, but you'll give it to me in LA in secret so Sanzu doesn't know?
You know what I do is Sansa gets a gift and everybody else gets a souvenir.
Oh, well, what's the difference? A souvenir's shittier.
One is a gift, the other one is a souvenir. So Sansa's the only one with a gift. Makes sense?
No, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why he's the special one here.
Oh my God, because he just needs to be special. He's so drunk, he needs to be special.
I am not.
You're the most special.
I'm not drunk. I am special, though.
Wonder Woman, your gift is already, your souvenir is already bought too. It was very easy.
Goodness. Oh, was it? I like that. I just wonder. I'm Wonder Woman.
I went to the market and I was like, oh, I buy this for Wonder Woman and I buy this for Sansa and I have an idea for this person and that person, but not all the things came true the way I wanted them to come true. So there's a few gifts bought and a few other gifts planned. They just need
souvenirs. Souvenirs are planned. Only one gift was bought.
Yeah. That's correct. Only one gift was bought. The other ones are souvenirs.
You better hope that Sun Tzu shows up, because I went to the East Coast to see him and he didn't even show up when I went there.
Wait, what? When
he didn't show up. It's okay. It's ancient history that I'm bringing back up. I won't go into it.
But
I just hope Sun Tzu shows up. I hope he shows up.
No, you know what we do? We make sure Duke knows where Sun Tzu lives, and then we will get Duke to pick up Sun Tzu. If he's refusing, we'll kidnap him.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's probably a good method. Like, when all else fails, just take me against my will, because maybe it's for the best. I don't know.
And if you don't behave, we put you in the storage unit.
Oh, I like this plan better and better.
I thought you were going to say butts.
I've never been to Albuquerque, so could be good.
It'll get pretty hot in that unit. Well, I guess it's a temperature controlled unit, but let's hope it is.
There's many places you haven't been, Sanzo. There's many places we can take you.
Ooh. Well, yeah, and I mean I've got a pretty strong mind, so even if it's hot there, I'll just pretend that I'm in like a luxury sauna and I'm not shitting into a couch every day.
Okay, I'm gonna not talk for a minute because I'm seriously I'm like knee deep into this van and I'm trying to. I need 2 hands for this. One sec.
Oh, that sounds interesting. When a woman knee deep into this van.
Yep.
Ask them to tell you what's going on. It was before you came in.
Sometimes you just need 2 hands.
So what's she doing?
She's double fisting.
Is she working on her engine? I'm imagining like a scene from Porky's where
No,
the cars
I
broke
know
down
for
on
a
the side of
fact.
the road.
I know for a fact when a woman goes to like some other professional people to get help with her car. So I don't think she would dare to play with the engine by herself, not knowing what she's doing, unless she, fixed the engine by herself before. I don't think she would do that
Well,
because
that's
she
how
still
you get
needs the
people.
car.
Well, that's how you have people help you. You park the car on the side of the road. You go like knee deep into your engine, and then bent over, and someone says like, "Hey, do you need a hand?" Oh yes, thank you.
This is how you get murdered.
Exactly. I mean, I wouldn't say she gets murdered, but that's how you draw people in. Yeah.
You can either have a working car or get murdered.
What did you say?
You can either have a working car or get murdered. These are tough options.
Yeah. I wonder if Baroness was just saying that Wonder Woman is like waving her ass on the middle of the street, bending over her engine.
I said I'm imagining a scene from Porky's. It's Porky's and Porky's Revenge was like a like late 80s, early 90s movies that were just horrible acting and filming, but it's like National Lampoon kind of era.
I don't know
So
anything about that
Wonder
one.
Woman is cleaning. She's doing a deep clean right now.
These are great speculations, I have to say. And my it's just that my minivan's a hot mess. I haven't really done a proper organizing of it since I got back to San Diego. I've just been like taking things out of it piecemeal. And what I want to do is like the quasi bed that I had before is I want to set it up nicely again as a quasi bed so that when I go to the beach or something, I can lay in the van in a comfy way.
Have you considered making it a waterbed so it's like you're in the ocean, but not?
No, I haven't. That sounds like a pretty awful idea, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
I've never had a waterbed, so I don't know.
Plus, you need a fuck ton of electricity to keep that waterbed warm. I don't think that works with a van.
Yo, why would you want to keep your waterbed warm?
You clearly never had a waterbed, did you?
I've had a waterbed. A waterbed.
Also, this bed will work really nicely for when I pick up Lagatha at the airport, and if she's really tired, she could just immediately go into the back and lay down.
I'm not sure, but I assume that's just as illegal as in the US than it is any other country. You can't just lay down and drive.
Oh, you can do anything you want here, Lagatha. Anything
Lagatha,
goes.
when you're in the back of a minivan, no one can see you. Do whatever.
Yeah, but I will probably die if you have to do like some emergency braking.
No, I'm a good driver. And I'll have precious cargo on me. I won't do anything
I'm
wild.
not saying you, but if some stupid drunk person just drives into your car and you need to emergency brake, then I'm gonna be smushed.
I'll shield you. Wonder Woman, pick me up first. I'll be waiting in the back of the van, just laying, very non-promiscuously on the bed, and I will shield Lagatha from all danger.
I think you're dreaming, Senzu. How many of these hard seltzers did you have?
Senzu, if you're free, just, fly on out here. You can be one of the other few people who will likely see Lagatha on both coasts.
I'm scared of planes. It's my downfall. I'm just
Well, how are you gonna get to Vegas then, Senzu?
I'll have to drive. I'm a land creature. I don't know.
Take the Greyhound or the train.
Something without wings.
I think you just need to get over yourself. Take a Valium and go on the aircraft. I'm sure Baroness has some spare one somewhere.
Baroness?
I wasn't listening. What?
You have
Do you have
Valium?
some
You got the drugs?
Drugs? What type?
Yeah.
I got pretty much everything. What do you need?
Valium.
Told you.
Valium, I have Trazodone, which is alternative to Valium.
Do you have a plane? If you have a plane, that might.
I do have an airplane, but it is not commissioned at this point in time. And I don't have I have to wake my uncle up and tell him, because he's the one with his license. I only have a certain amount of hours.
Of course Baroness has a plane. Baroness, you're just you're full of surprises.
No, I told you guys that the property that I told you there's 50 acres, but only 39 of it we use because the other half is for my uncle's plane, like for landing and stuff. I told you that.
I must have forgotten it. That's pretty cool.
But gosh darn it, I'm trying to get fast food because I can't figure out where we're going. So, anyways.
So the question is, how much would it be for your uncle to go pick up Senzu and drop him in LA, including a few Valium?
That would cost way too much because filling up an airplane and it's so tiny going that far. No, it would cost way too much for maintenance and clearance in the airports.
Suppose he finds me bent over the engine of my old truck, seeking help.
Then it will seem that I would be making another cemented-in pond.
But Senzu's long hair will likely make him look like a woman from behind.
Yeah, until we find out after the fact that it's in fact a dude where he's going to be murdered, and then I'll be again cementing in a pond. I'll be digging a huge trench and cementing it in and filling it with water.
Doesn't sound pleasant.
Sometimes I wonder if there's a family of skunks living outside my house, or if my neighbors just smoke a lot of weed.
Yo, skunks are pretty cute. I saw a video of one of them with their stink pouches removed, and they made it as a pet, and they were pretty cute. But yeah, it's probably just weed.
Yeah. I've got a fan in the window too, so it's really blowing in.
I've been doing a really good job on my van, I gotta say. This will be so good for you, Lagatha.
And also, I'll be back there protecting you.
Wait, what? You cleaning it because of me?
No, I'm cleaning it because of me, but I'm just kind of like, I'm just poking fun.
Oh, okay. I'm glad.
But I am gonna get the outside clean before I pick you up because the outside is like an equally hot mess.
Can I
Oh, I
paint? Can I paint the outside?
Of course, any painting will be an improvement.
I bought like a professional spray gun and like air compressor. So I have all this stuff, and I've only used it once because I only painted my vehicle once. But now I have it.
Oh,
So
that sounds great. Yeah, bring it. Or maybe, no, actually, I'm going to be there, Sunzu. Whenever I get my van out there, we can spray paint it.
what color should we do? We could do like I don't know. Maybe like okay. I'm thinking maybe
Wait, let
an
me ask. Is this like car, like exterior car paint grade? What are we talking here?
yes. It is like, well, it depends on what we get, but we can get maybe like an off-white with a pearl like mid layer and then like a high gloss to finish.
I don't know about pearl. It's a minivan. I think a pearl minivan would look a little strange. What
But
about like a forest green? I'm into a forest green.
all right, forest green is good too. Definitely.
So and it's gray right now. So we'll have to think about any color is going over gray.
All right. That's fine because we're gonna do like body filler on any scratches or dents, and then we'll do a sandable primer over that, and then lay the paint on top of the primer.
You know, that's actually pretty exciting. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's I've done it a couple times and it has worked out, but it can be a lot of work. Like when I painted my truck, I spent like 8 to 10 hours a day for like a full 7 days from start to finish, but it was pretty cool.
That is a lot of hours. Was it just because you were like learning how to do it, or does it really take that long?
Yeah, kind of both. It was my first time using all that new equipment because I had done it before with just like regular spray paint cans and stuff like that, but then I bought like all the like professional equipment, and I went through like more steps than probably necessary. Like I first, since it was a truck, I removed the bed from the frame so that way I could coat the frame and then get like the full cab and then the full bed and everything. And then I first sanded it, and then you primer it, and then you wet sand the primer, and then I did a color match primer on top of that so that if it gets scratched, you don't see it. It still really kind of stays. And then I did like several coats of the base paint, and then I did several coats of the clear coat, and you have to wait. There's like a flash time in between coats, and then you have to wait for like a cure time in between. So it does take a couple days generally, but I definitely took longer because I was just kind of learning and making sure I did it right. And now I have a purple truck.
Oh, whoops! Sorry, I thought my mic was on. It sounds like a bit of work, but not that it's like that. It would be worth it, and it's also our powers combined. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, we can put a big Wonder Woman decal on the side, and maybe Lagertha will feel safer knowing that she's wrapped in your wondrous arms of metal.
I'm not sure. She's really quite smart. I think she'd see through that trick, but it would sure look a lot like a lot sexier of a van.
I thought you make it look sexy, Wonder Woman.
Damn,
I'm
where's
in
the...
it, so when I come out, I do. But when I'm still in it, people gotta know.
There's no fire emoji for Twitter, but I'm pressing it in my mind.
Duke doesn't want to come because the space is recorded.
Is this space recorded? I think it's just that you get like a notification in the beginning
It
that.
says on the top left it blinks with the recording button.
Oh Jesus! It is recorded.
I can also the recorder.
Yeah, it's stored on Twitter, so. I'm still waiting.
You guys see that dog at the top? It's really cute.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Can you guys see that dog at the top? It's really cute. It was the dog's birthday yesterday. Or 3 days ago, I guess.
A Corgi?
Yeah.
Aww. Right,
Duke
I'll
says
have to
he's
say
only.
happy birthday.
Oh, it's my bad.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Corgi, where? Oh, he's cute. Duke just said he's only gonna drop in once the recording stopped. He's not going to speak on a recorded spaces. I don't know what's up with him.
Start a new one. Because I can't start the recording halfway through. So let me end this space. You guys can start a new one. I'll join it.
You're like, I'm sick of hosting these hero spaces.
No, I'm looking at this point, I'm just like looking at dog pictures. At this point. Yeah. Yeah, I'll join one. If you guys start one.
Who's starting one, Baroness?
What? Okay, I'm so lost. I was looking at is that the Meta Abby?
What?
What?
Okay, so you want to. Is
Mm-hmm.
that Meta Abby? This dog?
Meta Abby?
Yes. Is that the thing that I just responded happy birthday to the dog?
No. Oh,
Okay.
you mean Meta?
I'm making sure because for some odd reason I'm rubbing someone wrong for just being alive.
On these spaces, it's weird. I met Meta Abby through NFTs, but I've only ever talked to her once.
Yeah, I've heard her speak, but I did send out a message to her after whatever, I don't even know what's going on, and I just anything that causes more thought process and energy out of my life, I just try to avoid. So
Yeah, I remember when you said that you didn't want to have a beef with people the same age as your kids. So
yeah, well, it's not that. It's my daughter, I just left her at her aunt's house, my sister's, because she's just going through so much. It's just like schizophrenia. where I'm talking to her and she's going through an issue and I don't know what's going on, and my daughter just snaps at me and goes left field and brings up different stuff. I'm like, you know what? It's okay. All right. Sorry I asked how you're doing, or sorry I mentioned that you shaved one leg and not the other today. Okay. Those type of conversations, I just,
Yeah.
I
Well,
just can't
I
deal
guess,
with.
like you know how it is, on here, right? Where it's like
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I know you guys, but oftentimes I don't know the people you know, and vice versa, right? So like you guys might not have met Matthew, but now that you know him, me, like,
I'm sorry, NFTs. You're cutting in and out, bud.
is NFTs good?
Or not NFT, sorry, Michael.
You guys, I'm gonna hop over to
Yeah.
Senzu. I see you there once you discuss
Okay.
shaving one leg, not the other.
No,
Details.
I'll end this space now. All right, I'll see you guys over there. All right, I'll end.